Sam, I gave you 2 extra weeks. I know your rule is until the end of Halloween night, but come on, it's November 14th. Today I'm filming this. You and every Halloween decoration has to go, but not all of them. Some will say. Welcome back, everyone, to Grizzly Reviews. My name is Garrett. Today we're doing something different. Earlier this year, I made my first Blu-ray collection video, and the reception to that has been amazing. I'm truly floored and thankful for how y'all have received that video. Those who have watched it, thank you so much. It's really cool to finally feel like I'm a part of the Blu-ray collector community. I've been making a lot of shorts or TikToks about new movies I'm unboxing, and that's been super fun. But then October came by, and if you watched my videos that I made during the month, you would have seen all of the arranging that I did with my movies. And 2 weeks after Halloween, I haven't touched anything. I kind of destroy the way my movies are organized when I set them all up for the Halloween season. So it's time to reorganize them all. I think I'm gonna do things differently than last time. The way I used to organize my Blu-rays, you would kind of miss all of the alphabetically organized movies because they would be on the lowest shelves. And I want to redo that to where they have an entire row themselves. I don't think it's gonna be an entire row. I think I'm gonna have my Pixar movies where they were before. And then the entire middle row is now going to be horror, because I probably will be getting a lot more horror movies, and it's just good to make space for them now. And then on this side, we're going to be moving all of the Marvel and superhero movies, and then my television shows on the lower shelves. So we have a lot of work to do. It's raining outside. It's a cold day down here in Florida. So I'm just staying inside and thought this would be a perfect thing to do today. So my first plan of action is to remove every movie from the shelves, give a good dusting, get it all nice and clean, and then I'm gonna put everything back up there. Alrighty, so I've removed all of my movies off of the shelves. This is an entire stack of them. Doesn't it just look so cool seeing them all in big stacks like this and just trying to like pick one out? Like, ooh, look, the Suicide Squad, or ooh, look, Kubo and the Two Strings, or ooh, look, Bros, or I don't know which one I was gonna point out right there, but the point is they're all here, and that's pretty fucking cool. So the next step in my reorganizing is to actually separate all of the movies in each section together, because I have like Pixar movies right here, there's some more right here and down there. So I gotta compile all of the movies that are supposed to go together. So we're gonna do that now. How should I do this? Okay, I don't know where to start. So I guess I could just start by getting all my TV shows together, separating animation and whatnot. Those are hero movies. This is all horror. That's a good stack of horror right there. Okay, I'm gonna come back. You're gonna see the full reorganizing process on TikTok, so make sure you go. Again, follow my TikTok. I'll come back when I have everything reorganized. Alrighty, so all my movies have been organized into their respective categories. We're gonna start right here. This is where all of my horror movies are. Glass isn't really a horror movie, but Split is over there. I don't know where Unbreakable ended, but that's probably just gonna go in the franchise section. Right here is everything that's going alphabetically, these 3 stacks right there. We move on to franchises. Those are the ones pictured in the middle. Then you've got the MCU movies right here. These are just my extra Marvel or DC movies. All my animated movies is mostly Pixar right there. And then that big stack right there is all of my television shows. So now it's time to start adding things to the shelves. So off camera, I did a dusting and reorganized all the shelves in the way I want them. I'm gonna start filling up the shelves with my animated movies. So this is gonna be my Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks, and Leica movies that I have. So all my animated movies are gonna be put in release order, which is gonna look a little wonky because a lot of the Pixar I have in box set. So we start with the original classics. The middle section of Pixar. This will be where a lot of the ones that are in these box sets are all in here because they did a lot of sequels. Then we've got the more modern ones with Elemental. Loved Elemental. We've got my Disney movies, and then DreamWorks and my Leica films. Alrighty, so next we are doing is organizing all of my non-horror franchise movies and all of my alphabetical movies and getting them on these 4 rows. I don't know if I should put all of the franchises mixed into the alphabetical ones, because then you get like, where do you put the James Bond collection? And then with No Time to Die being the only one I have on its own for that franchise, what do I do with that? Where do I put Star Wars when I start getting like the sequels and you have like Rogue One, a Star Wars story, or like Solo, or where does that go in the list? I don't know yet. So for right now, I'm just gonna do franchises on this row, and then the 3 underneath it will be alphabetical. I might start the alphabetical on the franchise row just to save room, but we're gonna see it. And I'll catch up with you when it's done. Okay, so all of the franchise and alphabetically random movies are all situated. Love to see it. Amazing, let's move on. Up next, we are going through my horror collection, and we're going to do this in a couple different-ish weird ways. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna show you how it is after that, if that sentence made any sense whatsoever. So this is my entire horror collection laid out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is my first row is gonna be favorites, guilty pleasures, ones that I think should be top of the bar. So we have my Cloverfield movies, Jurassic Park, the Monarch franchise, Scream, all of Jordan Peele's movies, and then the entire A24 horror stuff that I have. The second row is gonna be for the big heavy-hitting franchises, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Chucky, if it fits, it might go in the row before. Next row is going to be all of the other franchise movies. It could just be a single movie that I have, like Jaws, but that's going to go in the franchises because it's part of a franchise. And then this stack is all of the one-off movies that I have. They're going to go in their own row, and they're going to be organized alphabetically. So I really love how the horror sections turned out. Up top, you have my favorites. You've got the Jurassic Park franchise, Cloverfield, Scream, the Monarch franchise. Chucky fits right here. Jordan Peele's movies, and then all of my A24 horror, organized by directors, and then release date within those. Moving down, you've got your heavy hitters in your slasher franchises, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and all of Halloween. Halloween is gonna have to change at some point, because if I get the rest of the Shout Factory cases, that's a huge set. So like I'm gonna have to make room somewhere, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that. So things might get reorganized if I end up getting those at some point. But until then, I really like it how it is. Moving down, you have the franchises or ones that are part of a franchise, or we'll have remakes of them. That's why like Poltergeist is here. Carrie has a sequel. Isn't it The Revenge? I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, any ones that are part of a franchise that I just have maybe one of are still included on this section. And then moving down, you just have all of the remainder horror, and then an extra shelf in case I get more eventually, which I plan to, because you know me and horror. I love it. It's amazing. This has been so much fun. Let's keep going. For the next section of this reorganizing is the MCU, and I felt like I should play a little game and see how accurate I can be at putting all of these movies in order. They got out of order with me doing all of the October stuff that I did, So I am going to do my best and let's see if I can do it. So the way I do this is a little weird that I have Far From Home and then phases 4 and 5 stacked up so I can be able to fit more movies. So those are kind of in order. So I'm kind of cheating. A little bit. But the rest of them, of course, Iron Man was first. After that was Incredible Hulk, and then Iron Man 2. Was it Thor or Captain America that came first? Fuck. I think it was Thor. Yeah, because that finishes that Fury's bad day, or Coulson's bad day. It's one of those three, where all of three of these movies end up taking place on the same weekend. That's pretty cool. Then Captain America, and then the Avengers, and then it was Iron Man 3. Oh no, this is where I'm getting really bad. I'll work backwards. Avengers Endgame. Captain Marvel came out right before that. Before that, it was Ant-Man and the Wasp 2. Before that was Infinity War. Before that one was Black Panther. Before Black Panther, Multiverse of Madness is not where it's supposed to be. That was before Love and Thunder. Okay, perfect. Thor Ragnarok was right before Black Panther because I saw that one and I saw both of those in theaters. Okay, but it's Civil War is after that. Before Civil War, where's Volume 2? Was Volume 2 before or after Homecoming? Okay, I'm gonna guess it was Ant-Man, Spider-Man, and then Guardians Volume 2. No. It was Guardians Volume 2, and then it was Spider-Man Homecoming. Yes. Was Avengers before Ant-Man? Age of Ultron? Well, Civil War was after that. So Civil War had to come before Guardians Volume 2. Winter Soldier came after, right before Age of Ultron. Or it's one of the movies before Age of Ultron. I think you had Dark World after Iron Man 3. And then, where does Captain America... where does Guardians of the Galaxy fit? And Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange is when I started seeing these movies in theaters. So I'm going to say Doctor Strange came after Civil War. And then Guardians of the Galaxy came after Age of Ultron. No. Guardians was before Age of Ultron. Okay, I'm locking it in. I didn't cut this entire time while I'm doing this, but now I'm gonna check and see if I got it right. I hope I did. Let's go. Iron Man, correct. Then you have the Incredible Hulk, correct. Iron Man 2, yes. Then Thor. Then Captain America, the First Avenger, yes. And then we have The Avengers, yes. After that came Iron Man 3, yes. And then it was Thor Dark World, nailed it. Then Winter Soldier. And then Guardians of the Galaxy, so far so good. Then Age of Ultron. Then Ant-Man. Then Civil War. Then Doctor Strange. Guardians Volume 2. Homecoming. Ragnarok. Black Panther. Infinity War. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Captain Marvel. Endgame. And then Far From Home. Black Widow. I got one wrong. I put Eternals after Shang-Chi, and Eternals came before Shang-Chi. No. Is that true? That's crazy. This is missing a movie. Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check another source. Because they're missing movies. I knew Shang-Chi came before Eternals. Okay, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes now. I was originally on IMDb. So I was correct in putting Shang-Chi before Eternals. And then it was Spider-Man No Way Home After Eternals, Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever, Quantumania, and Guardians Volume 3. I fucking nailed it. I know my MCU. Let's keep moving. With the MCU done right there, all we have left to do is fill out the rest of the Marvel and DC titles that I have, and then all of my TV shows and DVDs. So I'm gonna get that all done, and I'm gonna come back and show y'all the finished fucking product. I'm so excited. Let's go. And there you have it, a completely reorganized Blu-ray collection. This was so much fun to put together. We're gonna go down the rows really fast just so you have an idea of how everything is set up. All together, you got Pixar and Disney and animation on this top row, some franchises in the next, and then the rest 3 on that side are gonna be all of the rest of my movies that are random, non-horror, that are alphabeticalized. Then in the horror section, you've got my favorites on the top. Jurassic Park franchise, Cloverfield, Scream, Monarch franchise, Monsterverse franchise, whatever you call it. Chucky, Jordan Peele's movies, and the A24 horror films. Below that, you've got your regular slasher movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween. Then the rest of the horror franchises, and then the rest of horror alphabeticalized. Then we've got MCU in release order, the rest of my superhero movies down below that, and then all my TV shows right there. Great, so much room to fill up with them. It's so much fun. And that concludes the end of this reorganizing my Blu-ray collection video. I had a ton of fun doing this. It's kind of wild to just hold all of my movies that I have. This is a lot, but when I had put it in the stack on the floor, it really looked like a lot because this is organized. The stacks were just unorganized and just a blob of movies, so it was kind of crazy to see how big that blob could be. I'm sorry for the shaky cam. My hand is tired already and it's only been recording for 33 seconds. But yeah, let me know what your favorite movie of mine is. If you have any recommendations of how I should further organize these movies, let me know in the comments down below. Was this a fun thing? Should I do it later when I get a ton more movies? Please let me know that as well. Otherwise, if you like this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit subscribe so you know when they come out. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. I'm going to shake my camera while I'm doing this too. Goodbye.